What are the different software tools that you need to put in place to automate parts of your sales process? That's what I'm talking about today on the Biz Chat. Hello, I'm Kyle Racky, and today I'm talking about our favorite apps at Proposify that we use to simplify, streamline, and automate our sales process. So we have another video where we talk about hiring an inbound sales team, which was relatively new for us. And over that time, we've tried out a lot of different apps and tools and software products that we use to make sales a lot easier. Obviously, you can't use software to completely automate and replace people, but software can be very useful when it comes time to making the process more streamlined, more automated, more simple. So I'm going to talk about the different tools that we use at Proposify, which we're a SaaS product. Now, you might run a service company where sales is a little bit differently. You might do a lot of outbound kind of enterprise type of sales. So this is really what works for us, and you can kind of take from it what you will and put it into place in your own company where it makes sense. Of course, there might be other tools that you use that you prefer, and this isn't really meant to be an exhaustive list of CRMs. So I'm just going to talk through our process, how we tie it all together so that you can learn from that. So first of all of our sales are done over the internet, right? We don't do house calls. We don't do a lot of events and networking kind of things. So we need a lot of systems to manage our communications and our conversations with new leads and customers. So there's three products that we use that we rely on quite a bit for this. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is Intercom. Now, if you haven't heard of Intercom, it's a really interesting product that has a lot of features and functionality. You might have even used a website already today that makes use of Intercom without you even realizing it. But Intercom, it's kind of a help desk system, but it's also a really great marketing tool. So we use it for a lot of different things. One of the things we use it for is to create in-app and email messages to our customers. You can really target and pinpoint specific people based on what they've done, how long they've been in the product, if they're just trial signups or if they've been customers for a long time. You can create all kinds of rules that target these messages to your customers, and then if they reply, there's ways you can follow up with them in the software. So one of the ways that we use it for sales is if somebody comes to our marketing website and pops open the little chat window, leaves a question, it will automatically ask them for their email address, and when they add their email address, we use Zapier, which is a way to kind of create integrations between different types of software. So we use Zapier to basically send that email address into HubSpot, which is our CRM. So we don't use the HubSpot inbound marketing suite, but we use the CRM as a way to add leads, add contacts, and then create deals for larger tier plans. So Intercom, hugely helpful. Our customer support team uses it, everybody uses it, but also our salespeople use it to get back to new leads who ask questions about our software. And then if it makes sense, go into HubSpot, create a deal for it if it's going to be like a kind of a larger, what we call Eventies and Trenta plans, which are our higher priced plans. So going to HubSpot a little bit more, we use this for a lot of different things, mainly as a way to validate leads. HubSpot has a great tool that when you put in the company email address, it will show you different properties. It will go and gather information about that company's size and revenue. It's not 100% accurate all the time, but it gives us a good way to see whether or not this is the right kind of company for our salespeople to perform a demo for. So phone calls are always a little bit tricky to kind of set up because you don't want to just give all your salespeople cell phones, because if a customer calls the main line, you want it to kind of be easy to distribute those calls without having, obviously a front desk support person who just forwards phone calls. You also don't want to set up this really big phone system within the office. You want it to be something people can use remotely if needed. So I struggled for a long time to kind of find that system. We tried out Skype, we tried out a couple of other ones, and then I found AirCall. And AirCall is a really great product where you can create main phone numbers for people in different countries to call. So we have a US phone number, a UK and Australia phone number, just to kind of cover those parts of the world. And of course, people from other countries can still call it. It just isn't toll free. AirCall lets you set that stuff up right within the app. And then you and all your salespeople can just install the AirCall app on your Mac and on your phone, and it will basically do everything. So if a customer calls in, you can create pre-made messages for those people, ask them to leave an extension for somebody if they're looking for a specific salesperson. You can have out of office voice messages. You can have hold music, which you can upload your own. It's really, really cool product. You can even forward calls to other reps. Like say if a rep can't answer a question, they can forward it to a support person. So it offers a lot of that great functionality. And one of the coolest things is that we've automated AirCall, HubSpot, and Intercom to all talk to each other. So for example, we have the integration set up so that right within HubSpot CRM, sales reps can make a call using AirCall without even leaving HubSpot. And then we also have it set up with Intercom so that if somebody calls in the number and nobody's there to answer it, it will actually go into Intercom. You'll see that the call was made with that contact. So all kinds of cool ways that we've connected these three products to manage our messages and our conversations. Now the next part of handling inbound sales is with demos. So when a sales rep's identified a qualified lead that they want to do a demo for, you want to make it very easy to schedule those demos and to conduct them. So what we've done is we've used two different tools. One is Calendly, which a lot of you might have heard of. Calendly is a great way for people to just see your availability and book a time and then sync up your two Google calendars. So this is great. In the past, you might have had the sales rep reaching out and saying, when's a good time for you, having to take into account time zones, and it's just a really clunky back and forth process, whereas with Calendly, it makes that a whole lot simpler. Once the call is scheduled in Calendly, the sales rep can go into another tool that we use called Uber Conference. And this isn't the car ride service, this is a different Uber product, not made by the same company. It's Uber Conference. And Uber Conference is a great way to do screen sharing conferences. You could have multiple people if say the sales rep is dealing with a couple of people who want to get in on the demo or the phone call, they can do that. And Uber Conference will let them share their screen so people can see what the rep is doing, have them go through the software, and that's really cool. I also like the fact that you can make it so people calling into Uber Conference either on their phone or on their computer, they don't need to deal with PIN codes and all that kind of stuff. It's just very simple, easy to use software, so that's really cool. Now, in most sales, to close a deal, you're gonna have to deal with some kind of document signing product. Now, of course, I'm gonna be biased and say that Proposify is our tool of choice. So if we have to deal with proposals, quotes, SLAs, those kind of things, any kind of contract or agreement, we like to use Proposify for that, which is of course our own product. So I'll try not to be too salesy here, but you can check out our website to see more about how Proposify works. There's free templates you can take a look at. It lets you completely customize the look of your proposal, and then you can get sign off right in the browser. There's a mobile app, there's all kinds of cool stuff, so check it out. The last product that I'm going to talk about is ChartMogul. So because we're SaaS, we use ChartMogul as a way to pull in all of our subscription billing information. So when a customer signs on to a paid plan, monthly or annual, that all goes through Recurly, which is the system that we use to handle the subscription billing. But then ChartMogul is a great way to get reporting from that. So ChartMogul will take all that information in and then give us aggregate data around stuff like monthly recurring revenue, lifetime value, churn, net cash, upgrades, downgrades. It'll process all that information really well. Now, what you don't probably want is your salespeople going into ChartMogul and adding their sales directly in there, because that's not very user-friendly. So what we've done is we use, again, Zapier to automate ChartMogul so that when a salesperson creates a deal and then marks that deal as won, ChartMogul will match the email address of the customer and then assign that sales rep within your reporting. So it's great. You can run reports and see which salesperson brought you the most sales, what their churn looks like. You can filter all that reporting by sales rep. So that's insanely useful to us. Now, of course, this will depend on your business model. Maybe you're an agency, maybe you're another type of company, but these are the tools that we use to make our sales a lot easier. I'd like to hear your favorite in the comments. I hope this information was useful. If you have any questions, let me know, and be sure to subscribe so you get more content like this on a weekly basis. I'll see you next time.